All right, Mrs. O'Donnell here. Let's continue on. Select recursive formula for a sequence. All right, so this one is nice. It's given us multiple choice. Which recursive sequence would produce the sequence 5, 19, 16? So we have to think, is it arithmetic or geometric? Am I adding between the terms or multiplying, or am I doing a combination? So first of all, they give us our first term, which is a sub 1. So our first term is 5 the whole way down, which is good. So it doesn't really help us limit too much. But then we have to think, okay, what am I doing to 5 to get 19? Am I multiplying 5 by 3? 5 times 3 is 15, and then adding 4. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Am I multiplying 5 by -1 and adding 4? No, 5 times -1 would be -5, plus 4 is -1, so this second option is definitely out. 5 times 4 would be 20, and then subtracting 1. Okay, so that one maybe worked. 5 times 4 would be 20, and then adding 3. That would give us 23, so the second one and the fourth one are out. So now we have the first option and the third option both working, so we have to check our next term, right? So we would do 19, so 3 times 19, 3 times 19, which gives me 57, and then add 4, and hey, I got 61, so I think it's going to be this guy right here, this first one. But we could check that third one still, right? So we do 4 times 19, which is 76, minus 1 is 75. I wanted to get an answer of 61, and I didn't, so that tells me that, hey, that first one is really the option that I want. Okay, so you're just checking to see between the terms. Okay, if you're working it out on paper, your work should look something like this, right? So to find your second term, you're plugging in that first term, multiplying, and then adding 4. To find your third term, you're plugging in the second term, multiplying, and then adding 4. Okay. Let's see here. Same deal here. Okay, you're really just testing out each of the formulas, right? So you want to kind of plug and chug through. First thing we check is it gives us a first term of 1. So that's good. Then we want to see, okay, what am I doing to 1 to get -1, right? So maybe am I multiplying by 2? Okay, so 2 times 1 is 2, minus 3 gives me -1, so that one worked, right? So first term works. Then does it work for the next one? 2 times -1 gives me -2, minus 3 would give me -5. So that one did not get me there, right? So then let's look at our next equation. -4 times our first term, which is 1. So -4 times 1 is -4, plus 3 is -1. Okay, so that worked to get to the second term. Now let's see if we can get to our third term. -4 times -1 gives me +4, plus 3 is 7. Well, that didn't give me 5. Let's try our next one. 3 times our first term, which is 1, so 3 times 1 is 3, minus 4 is -1, so that one worked to get to our second term. Let's see if it works to get to our third term, which is 5. So 3 times our second term, which is -1, 3 times -1 is -3, minus 4 gives me -7, so that didn't work. All right, last one, hopefully this one works, right? -3 times 1 is -3, plus 2 gives me -1. -3 times -1 is +3, plus 2 is 5. So that last one worked. Go ahead and submit. Yes. Awesome. And that's how you use a recursive formula for a sequence.